112-year-old veteran of WW1 and Russian Civil War, Taimruz Vanacha, and his son, Ivan. A veteran of WW2 in 1980, a sailor meets his baby for the first time after 14 months at sea, 1940s. London, 1940. A girl sitting in the wreckage of her bombed-out home with her doll. Faces of Auschwitz, 1940. Until 1956, French children were served wine with their school lunch. Titanic orphans, brothers Michel and Edmund Navratil, 1912. They were the only children to be rescued from the Titanic without a parent or guardian. Lucky British soldier showing off his damaged helmet, 1917. Barack Obama dressed as a pirate with his mother. Stanley Ann, 1960s. The only known photograph of an African-American Union soldier with his family, circa 1864. Wedding rings found by U.S. Army soldiers. Near the Buchenwald concentration camp, Germany, May 1945. October 1943, Ottla Kafka, beloved sister of author Franz Kafka, was gassed on arrival at Auschwitz after volunteering to escort a group of orphans from the Terezin ghetto, so they wouldn't be afraid. Aboriginal Tasmanian Fanny Cochrane Smith singing into her phonograph in 1903. Without her efforts to preserve her culture, we would have no audio traces of the Tasmanian language. The first interracial marriage in Mississippi, 1970. 3 years earlier, the 1967 Loving v. Virginia. Scottish ruling legalized interracial marriage in the U.S. New York in the 1960s. Princess of Egypt and Iranian Queen Fawzia Fuad, c. 1939. In Arviat, Nunavut, northern Canada, 1949, an Inuit girl descends into her ice igloo house. This photo shows Margaret Ann Neve, an American woman who passed away in 1902 after reaching the age of 110. This woman was born in 1792, which means she lived in 3 centuries. Tourists used to be able to freely climb up the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt to sunbathe and have tea parties. This is how football helmets were tested in the early 1900s. For some reason, unbeknownst to me, in 1920, a policeman did this off a building in New York. Car seats for children were incredibly dangerous in the 1940s. Someone had to hand-carve all of the president's eyes on Mount Rushmore. The original design for the Michelin Man was absolutely terrifying. This is what an early design for an electric hairdryer looked like. These are the contestants in the 1930 Miss Lovely Eyes beauty pageant, a contest where a woman had to wear an absolutely terrifying mask so that only her eyes were visible. This 3,000-pound absolute unit is Lubber, the world's largest horse back in 1930. Easter Bunny costumes were absolutely horrifying in the 1950s. This poster from the late 1800s advertises a fight between the world's thinnest man and the world's fattest man. This is the Dynasphere, a giant wheel vehicle invented by Dr. J.A. Purvis that could go as fast as 30 mph. Before CGI, this is how MGM filmed its iconic movie intro. The very first iteration of Ronald McDonald was created by Willard Scott in 1963. For a brief but wondrous moment in time, you could get potatoes from a vending machine. Whiskey, too. Before modern car washes were invented, one particularly wacky idea was for cars to drive around through water in a circle. On September 3, 1967, Sweden made a shift from driving on the left side of the road to driving on the right. This is a picture from the first day after the big change. This totally safe device was known as a baby cage, a wire cage suspended out of an apartment window meant to give babies born in cities extra light and air. In the 1930s, this couple won an Atlantic City dance marathon after dancing for 1,473 hours. And yes, people did fall asleep standing up while dancing at these marathons.